Hey, everybody. Good morning. Well, blessed morning. I wanted to tell you guys something that came to my recollection. I told you guys before that when I gave, I wrote the song "Warning." It took me 4 years, and I just decided to start writing it. Uh, right before I felt kind of funny, but I wrote it right before or right around I think it was right before my 18th birthday, because the day after my birthday somehow they got me entangled into some mess, and I ended up the day after my 18th birthday getting in trouble. And so it had to be before my 18th, right before my birthday, 18th birthday. But I wanted to tell you guys this. Um, I told you when I was writing songs, and I don't know how I knew how I knew about rap, but I'm trying to figure out why the song Warning with Biggie, Christopher Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G., uh, why I decided to write it in a rap, because it didn't make sense in a other any other kind of genre. So I wrote this in rap, and I'm never a rapper. Well, that's how my songs come out. They come out like I'm rapping, you know, all the songs that I wrote. So I wanted to tell you guys something. Remember, I told you guys, if you follow me and subscribe, that certain things come to my recollection. Now, what happened was I wrote the song. I hadn't gave it to anybody. Oh no, I gave it to my auntie. And she said, "Oh, I know somebody that has the song." She way in St. Louis. And so I was like, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah," because I didn't know anybody to give a song to. I didn't give it to Puff until I was 18. But I gave it to my auntie. So, and I was like, "Make sure you copy it and stuff like that." So what happened was she ended up giving the song to her niece, that you guys know who, well, you guys don't know, but I'm not gonna say her name, but um that's on the other side of on her other side of the family. And just so happened when she did that, a car came. I'm telling you, uh Diddy, his family lived, or his people lived around the corner from my cousins. So my cousins were, just say my cousins were here, the house facing this way. No, this way. And well, I can't do it that way, but their house is facing uh west. And so was Diddy them house. It was facing west, but it was around a curve. When I finally figured out, I said, "My auntie, who did she get a song to?" Because somebody came up. That's how I know this girl was in on it. She came up. This car came up, a white car. I can't remember if it was a one of those old. It was white, and it was like a old one of them Cadillacs. I can't remember what you call it. The one that's in the Tupac case. I can't remember what you call that car, but I know somebody that had one. What's the name of that car? Bonneville or something. Anyway, I when I gave her my auntie the song, my auntie ended up giving it to her niece on the other side that I have never met. I had just heard her name around the house where my cousin lived. And she gave the song to her, and I run and bump into her. She got the song, and her and Puff is going back and forth, because I gave Puff the song after. I was like, why would she send it to somebody that's right in the area? For some reason, something didn't feel right, because what happened, let me tell you what happened to me. What happened was, I walking down the street, after giving my auntie the song, because I was practicing, I said, oh, now I got to go and try to figure out how I'm gonna, talk my way up on Universal to get this song to them, because they wasn't in the rap or nothing like that then. They were mostly like Motown and Geffen back then. So and disco, they wanted not really disco, but quick popping music. They wanted heavy music. So I was like, how am I gonna get this to them? I said, oh, well, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm on my way walking down the street to school. I'm only 17 years old. Now, mind you, my auntie gave this girl this song. And I told her, make sure you get a copy of it. Because, people be lying and doing all kind of stuff. Mind you, I'm 17. I go and come out the house, my cousin in house, and walk out and start walking across the street and start walking towards the school bus or something, or to the train. I mean, to the bus or whatever it was. Mind you, I'm 17. I haven't even got out of high school yet. Next thing I know, I look up, a white car is pulled up next to me. Now I'm walking, a car is pulled up next to me, and somebody puts a gun out the car. Now, mind you, this is like the car that they said that Tupac's killers were in, okay? The people that did that to Tupac, they were in. And I looked, it was a man in the back seat. He was kind of like down a little, like, kind of like dark brown skin or whatever. And then it was somebody driving, and then it was a lady in the front seat who had the gun. And so I was like, who is that? So what's weird about it is that the only person that had my songs at the time, you guys can get on if you're here, is Suge's house. I didn't know at the time that she was in California. I thought she might have been in another state, popping music. No, she right here in Compton. I'm in Carson. So I was like, whoa, that was weird. So what I did was, I was like, something is not right. Something is not right. And I actually gave my music to my auntie, and she gave it to somebody that was in California already. Why would somebody do that? And I already got a portal, the Universal Music Group portal. Anyway, trying to help people out that ain't as lucky as this Irish girl. But so I walk out the house. As soon as I walk out the house, somebody would have pulled a gun in my face. And like I told you guys before, they pulled a gun in my face. And it was 3 people in the car. It was a driver, looked like a teenage boy, looked like it could have been Orlando Anderson. It was a lady, real light skin, in the passenger seat, and it looked like Keefy D in the back seat. Okay, fast forward. I didn't know these people, mind you. I never seen them before. I had seen Keefy D before, but I had never seen this woman and that teenage boy. I may have seen him before with Keefy, but what I wanted to tell you guys is, oh, this is just so cute. What I wanted to tell you guys is that after that, I was like, something ain't right. I said, these people coming after me. Is it my cousins that are in the house that I'm in, that I'm writing this song at? I said, well, I don't know why they would think something was wrong with me to write this song, because I've been trying to write this song for 4 years. That's what I was telling myself. And they go, I said, that'll be weird. What if it's one of them in the house, telling somebody about this? I had no idea that it was because, I know it was because of the song, but I did not know it was because they was trying to steal my music. So what I do was, I'm like, something just ain't right. It seemed like somebody's really after me. And I'm almost 17, about to be 18. So I go and end up trying, I'm going down the street in the car with my auntie, and she going to church, and I'm going with her to church. And so I see Puff out in the outside talking on his phone, and He talking to people, talking about how he gonna get his music together, and he trying to get this album together. That's all I really heard. And so I'm in the car in the passenger seat, and I'm thinking, you know what? Because I was thinking right away, where am I gonna get unload this song? Because whoever that I wrote the song, they act like they trying to kill me. And so I said, what is that about? So I go, and a couple of weeks later, as bad as son. A couple of weeks later, and I'm thinking about the song, and what those people had did. I'm like, that is weird. I never experienced nothing like that, because I had never really wrote for anybody other than myself. And I wrote the song for myself. I wrote the warning for myself. I was not going to talking about giving it to anybody. I wrote it for myself. I could, to this day, I can still go word by word. I know everything. I know what I was talking about when I was there and all this stuff. The barbershop, popped at the barbershop. I know all of everywhere I was. Okay. So I go and find out that I'm like, who was that? So I hear him talking. I said, you know what? I'll let this song off to him. I'll see if he likes it. If not, I'll just keep my song and I'll record it when I get a chance. But these people coming up to me in cars and stuff like that. And Bonneville, I can't remember what the car is called, but if I see it, I know it. So I just have to walk around there. I walk around there, and when I walk around there, I'm talking to him. I said, you trying to find songs? You recording an album? He said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. Because I had known him from high school. I knew him through my cousin. I knew him when I was in junior high school. He knew me when I was in junior high school. My cousin and them used to have parties all the time. And so, well, not all the time, but a little of them. It's like 5 of them. So they had parties, and we had a lot of friends there. So when I would be over there for the weekend, sometime I would be able to go to the party, even though I was like 12 years old. 13, something like that. I was like 13. So I look up and I said, well, you know what I got on? He said, really? I said, yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. You can start off an album really good with this song. He says, let me hear it. So I let him hear the song, the beat, like a, like bass guitar kind of thing. And then I start rapping it off. Who the heck is this? Calling me at 6:46 in the morning, crack a doing it like that. So he ended up saying, oh, that's a nice song. That's a nice song. While I'm over there, no, I don't know if I told him I was going to go home and type it up, because I didn't go take it in paper over there. I said I'm going home and I'm going to write it up. We didn't have typewriters back then. Well, we did, but you had to write everything hand by hand. I go over there and I say, I'm gonna write it up. I didn't want to write that song. It was so long for me. And I end up going home and I'm writing it up. My aunt already gave a copy to my auntie. My auntie gave a copy to her niece. And we all end up meeting up in Compton. And my auntie in St. Louis. So I said, I ended up typing it up and I took it back around there to him. The people that he was standing there with, he said, I believe it's his father. He says, they called 31 times, 33 times. I heard it. I mean, I actually counted. They called 33 times. Put 2 and 2 together today. The woman, the dude that was in the back seat, and the driver of that old Cadillac coupe, a Seville. It was a Seville. And the people that were in that car, those were the same people that was as soon as I wrote up the lyrics and gave it the song to that girl, to my auntie, and she gave it to that girl in Compton, came and put guns on me put gun on me. I'm talking about pull a gun on me. I'm 17 years old, and they never did nothing but write songs. Finna die. Forgive somebody a song that should not have had nothing to do with my music. So I said, wait a minute. Later on, fast forward to after I gave him that song, I went to I ended up having a child. After that, I was like, you know what? I need to have a child. I need to go somewhere quiet and peaceful and settle down, because I don't know what these people are taking me for. Why are they coming up on me like that? And just weird stuff. So I sit up there. I ended up having my daughter, 19, turn around and decide a year after my kid's grandmother, step grandmother rather, she wants to take care of my kid and all them. So I was like, let her take care. I'll go make me some money. So I'll go out, and for some reason I go through Compton for a little while, because I always seem to like catch my footing right there where I am in Compton. And catch my footing, go and walk through Compton. That's when I ran into Easy Idiom, and I told y'all about that on another video. Why, when I get there, Puff there, the girls there at Knight's house, and I'm there at Easy's house, right, like 4-5 houses from where they are. And I'm like, that's weird. And they talking about the song Warning. I'm like, that's how I found out that she was right here in the same state as us. They had the song. So why in the world? Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys something. So they were stalking Diddy already before I gave him Warning. They were stalking him. But since I wrote a song and my auntie gave it to that girl, her other niece on the other side of the family, my song, they started stalking me. I'm like, oh no, what? And so I put 2 and 2 together. That's who it was, because the house where she get the song. I said, oh man, she done tricked my auntie into something. She done tricked her own auntie into something. People ain't nothing. And but what's the good thing about it is that when I wrote the song, I had not gave the song to Puff. I had not gave it to Puff. I had only gave it to my auntie. And had not wrote it down other than giving it to my auntie, never left it anywhere or anything. Once I gave it to my auntie, I never left it anywhere, anything. And had it in my head. And I can go back to this day and pick out every little spot that I have on that song, what I was talking about. But what I wanted to tell you guys, is that everybody in that case is not gone. Everybody that was in the car tonight is not gone. It's only one person that was that's 2 people that's gone that was in that if they were both in that car. I believe it was 3 people in the car, 3 to 4 people. One was a woman, one was a teenage boy, which is Orlando, and one was Keith D. That's 3. Now, who was the 4th one? Was it another woman? But it was definitely one woman in there. Because that's how they came up on me. That's how they was. And she an older woman. And she be going by this name, be talking about how she was in a relationship with, young guys and stuff like that. No, these people do not be in relationships with these people. They played a game. He tried to traffic everybody that was in the neighborhood, basically. Starting off with Diddy. And then they tried to traffic me. And when they couldn't find out that I was not no rapper, they went inside Universal Music Group to traffic me. So that ought to tell you who it was right there. But that's definitely who it was. It was a woman, the teenage boy Orlando, and Keefy D, and it was somebody else. That's who was in that car. And everybody ain't gone except Keefy. They still breathing. Because one thing I know is that what do you call that? A tiger don't change their stripes. When you came in that car, drove up to me at 17, and I never wrote a rap song other than one song in my entire life. You came up to me in front of our house, in front of the house to where I was staying in a nice neighborhood, pulled a gun on me. Of course, I'm going to keep a memory of that because you had a gun in my face. You're probably 30 years older than me. On top of that, you're in there with your son. I believe it's your son and your grandson you was in there with. So it's not that I don't know who you are. I know who you are. You just got so many names. I don't know you like that, but and then you come around and you use all these different names, and you know, and then they got all these videos about Diddy. Oh, Diddy, I used to date him. He did me like this. He did me like that. No, you've been stalking Diddy since he was a teenage boy. You was infatuated with him. He was infatuated with that young man. And he probably thought the stuff was cute, but it wasn't. And so I wanted to let you guys know that. You never thought about that, huh? But see, that's what I get for letting them get close to me, close enough to me that I knew that they were stalking rappers. Not just one, not just two. Stalking anybody that they possibly could, you know, stalking anybody they possibly could that was in music, but mostly rappers, because everything the rappers said, they went word by word and put it in their head, and they use it and turn it around. Oh, they capping on us. They doing this. They doing that. So they automatically assuming that going to subscribe, you guys, if you're here. They going on and they was capping on people and coming after people because they were in the because they were rapping. And now I just gave y'all proof of that. It was a woman, it was a teenage boy driving, and it was a dude squished down, and I could see his round little head. I mean, his big old head. Like part of his head. It was like he has a big head. So that was 3 people that were in that car that came in front of our house right after I gave somebody in Compton, where they were, where all of them were, you know, having a good time after my mom's death, after my brother's death, just multiplying. That's where they was coming from. They drove that car all the way to Carson, was talking Diddy over the phone, and this has got to be we was 20, we was in our 20s, early 20s, so she had to be about 50. Yeah, Keefy D was old too. He was about 30. And then the teenage boy that was driving. See, one thing I know is certain things that you don't do, and then you think a person can't remember who you are, because I remembered you. You know, I remembered you, and I remembered you a long time ago, and I knew one day it was gonna come up that I needed to tell somebody this. Cause I'm like, why in the world would somebody put a girl? I wrote singing songs like Umbrella, Take a Bow, Te Amo. Why in the world is somebody pulling a gun in my face? And then I put 2 and 2 together. Somebody got a hold of, read that song, and they read it, and they tried to off somebody about it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, babes. Enjoy, peeps. This is Blueberry Johnson gone. Bye.